CrossFaded, 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 CrossFaded. Definition of the day. Yeah. I love that swoop. That's the swoosh, so I can move right on in. You know what I'm saying? And today's definition is the 360 deal. Now, what is a 360 deal? Do you understand fully? Because I know a lot of people, in music, that's just, they own you. I've heard dudes say so many different things. That's your music and your merch, and some of the shows that you do. It's more than just that. And in fact, when you're talking 360 deals, it's contingent upon the individual that you're working with, the record label or institution that you're doing the deal with. It can range across so many things, so many rights, and so many intangible goods. Intangible goods meaning your music properties, your publishing. I mean, they literally own your ass when you sign this contract. So what is that? So a 360 deal is found in many of today's contracts between a record label and a recording artist. And it refers to the label's efforts to obtain a share in all other rights and revenue streams related to the artist, in addition to the exclusive recording rights as well. Additional rights in a 360 deal may include your name. It may include your likeness. It may include your touring rights. It may include your publishing. It may include the songs that you've written and released and that have not been released. That is a 360 deal. That's a lot. That's right. So what does that mean? That means if you got a notebook with some songs that you ain't released, they could own that too. That means what you didn't put out already that's charting, yeah, they own that. Forget about it. That means your merch, having them nice shirts with your name on them, they own that. They own the name. Your likeness, people get that confused. What does that mean, likeness? Well, a good example is AI. So if you've been following the curve with AI, artificial intelligence, they've been applying it to music frequently here lately, and you've heard some of your favorite artists be AI generated in songs. Kanye West's fake song, Eminem's fake song, Jay-Z's fake song, etc. So that's their likeness. That's the audio version of their likeness. That likeness can also be translated into AI real life cartoons, AI 3D or animated, whatever kind of versions. That's your likeness as well. They own that as well. And that's the animated side of your likeness. I'm flesh and bone right now in front of you on the screen. This is a likeness. So that means you won't be able to show your face, speak your name, or play your products or sell your products anywhere without their permission or without their cut. That is a 360 deal. Okay? And not to mention, as I said, it can go abroad. It depends on what you and that entity bargained with, or not bargained with, but brokered on. What you guys agreed as terms. I mean, they could own your next unborn child for all you know if you didn't read the contract. So record labels are ridiculous. They have always been ridiculous, and the 360 deal speaks to their ridiculousness. So if you want to learn more about the 360 deal, definitely encourage you to do your research, but start at a great website called exploration.io.com. Exploration Copyright Administration. start there. Go to their glossary of terms, print them off, learn them, put them somewhere where you can refer to them and utilize them while you're doing business. Because if you're in music and you don't know this, you're stupid. What can I say? There's really nothing else to say at this point, because we've moved to an area in the entrepreneurial side and the e-commerce side and of just business being done behind a laptop, business being done from home, business being done, on your own without the need of big, companies and, big entities. So when you're a singer or rapper, you're in business on your own. You're in business, whether you like it or not. If you want to do it for a hobby, that's fine. Then, put yourself in hobby perspective. Go to, a little bar or something and do some open mics. I knew a guy, he's a friend of mine. He loved to do open mics. That's all he did. He probably still doing them. Nigga been doing open mics for probably about the past 12, 15 years. Literally, So if that's what you're going to do, then do that. But when you start to release music, when you start to, put products at the availability for the public, you're in business. You're in business. You're not in business if you create content, brother. No. People create content every day and they ain't getting a dime. But you're in business when you're putting music out and you're putting it on platforms and you're distributing it, or you're putting shirts online to sell. When you're translating things into sale, that's the beginning of you being in business. You have arrived. You're in business. And guess what? You don't owe taxes on that as well. So you don't owe taxes on creating content. You can create content all day long. I could point to you 1,000 Instagram pages where they creating content and they got followers and nobody's making no money. Nobody's selling VPNs. Nobody's got any kind of sponsorships or, say what? Yeah, that's a different brain right there. A whole different, that's real. Them people are making money for real. They create content and they make money. He brought the Kardashians. We know they're the queens of content. But down on the regular scale, like content creation is a tool that's used to build the crowd. And then the crowd is used for leverage to be able to make money and make revenue. So, but when you're putting music out to the ones who are recording and then releasing music. And by the way, I hope you're going to go into business, because if you're recording, your front end of what you've invested at this point, it's got to be expensive if you don't have a home studio. And then if you do have a home studio, you still have the expenses to recover for your equipment, for all that you put into your own studio. So once you release that product, you're in business. I got another friend of mine, God bless him. He's an up-and-coming and emerging DJ. Goes by the name of Eastside Official. I love his name. His name is dope. Shout out to Eastside Official. Eastside Official is a good friend of mine, dope DJ out of Indianapolis. Hit him up for parties, bar mitzvahs, all of that kind of stuff. If you need your parties done, hit him up, Eastside Official. He sent me a link one day, and the link was to what's the name of that it's a website, SoundCloud. Correct me if I'm wrong if you hear today, Eastside Official, but it's SoundCloud or it's I forgot, man. One of the places where you can go and do all that audio play and all that audio stuff. But he's got like a catalog of probably 12 or 15 mixtapes. And, in a place where he's getting views, but he's not getting paid the views and for the streams, and nor has he registered himself as an entity, nor has he registered his name and protected it. Essentially, anybody could come along and take the entire, like we just talked about, likeness. So they could take the Eastside official name. They could take the mixtapes. Mixtapes is easy to take anyway. And because the thing about mixtapes is they've always been like a homegrown revenue source. People take mixtapes, print them up on CDs or tapes, or slap them on flash drives, then go to the barbershop. They up for sale. Boom. You know what I mean? That's the way you skirt around the RIAA, selling copywritten music. If you don't know the RIAA, that's the Record Industry Associates of America. They're the police inside of the music business. So when people are stealing music and making money off of it, see, they don't come see you if you ain't making no money. But you're making money off of it, they come see you. Them the people that came to town in Indianapolis and was shutting down record stores and shit. Ask DJ World, he know about the RIAA. So, but like I told my friend, dude, you got to protect yourself. You got to get serious, because you didn't put out 13. And he talking about, man, I'm working up myself, working my confidence up. Brother, you already in business. You are here. You have arrived. You've arrived. Brothers be kind of scared. Brothers be kind of, I don't know what brothers be waiting on or what brothers be expecting. But once you step across the threshold, you're in business. So then if somebody comes along that's a little more serious than you, that's really ready to print all that stuff up and press it up and go slang to the streets and take the name, slap it on t-shirts, ball hats. Now you got a war on your hands, because you got a guy that basically took all that body of work and that identity of yours on top of it. So Eastside Official, don't let somebody come and steal Eastside Official. And to all the brothers out there that's rapping, that's doing their thing, go learn the music business. Your song don't mean shit. This is why your song don't mean shit. Because nobody knows you. Nobody cares. You have to make people care. How you make people care is you have to give value. How do you give value? That's up to you. What does your song bring to people? What does it encourage them to do? What have you attached your song to? What's an example of value? Kendrick Lamar's All Right. It's going to be all right. That song is attached to like the whole Black Lives Matter movement inside of like 2020, 2018 or some shit around, that song is like the theme of just upward mobility, and you know what I'm saying? It's like that, you know what I mean? So it has a sentimentality sale ethic. If you don't know what sentimentality sales are, in your mind, think about cards, not gift cards, but cards that you give someone for their birthday cards, best wishes cards, graduation cards, sentimentality. That's what that song, that's the value of that song. It's going to be all right. That's what that brings. So you have to bring people value to make them care about what the fuck you're talking about on the microphone. Otherwise, you just a needle in the haystack of a whole bunch of other people that they don't care about what the fuck they talking about on the microphone. You have to give value. But yeah, once you step into the threshold, into the house of business, you're in business. So, but 360 deals are rough. I would suggest you avoid them at all costs, but everybody's situation is different. Some people are looking for that label to sign to, and they have a game plan, of how to navigate. Because once you sign that deal, you're in debt. You're signing for a loan, a business loan. So let's get that straight now. People think, you signing this deal and, nah. you getting a loan. So you get this loan, and then you able to apply it to production. You're able to apply it to recording, you able to apply it. Matter of fact, they gonna give you a budget for each department. Inside of that, go watch this Kanye West interview that I got on my channel, where he talks about how he was mad at Rockefeller Records when he was trying to release Through the Wire. And everybody knows the Through the Wire song. That's Kanye's breakout song as a solo artist. Through the Wire, living through the wire. Sample from Shaka Khan's Through the Fire. Kanye West was shitty because they wouldn't cut him a budget, but they kept telling him, we gonna let you release your project. And he needed that budget because what they do, how he explained it, is they give you this one budget and then it's divided in these different departments. And he was struggling with them. So then they cut the budget, and then they didn't give him no budget for the video. So he was shitty about that. So when you see the video Through the Wire, and he actually says this if you've watched Genius, how it has like the sticky notes on the boards, and you know, him and his homeboy at the time that came from Chicago, I think it's Chico, I forgot the guy's name. It's two cameramen. They a duo, a team, Chico and something, you know what I mean? And they just kind of slapped that shit together, man, with some pictures, taking pictures of him at the dentist office when they was putting them wires in his mouth, and they slapped that shit together themselves because they really didn't have nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? And the label wasn't coming off no budget. Like, as a matter of fact, Kanye West, for his release, he has this big old release party, and the Through the Wire video is like the premiere. You know, he gets Dame Dash and all them there, because even Dame was like, you know, wasn't trying to release the budget and wasn't taking him seriously. So, man, 360 deal, man. It may work for you if you know what you're doing, but if you don't know nothing about business, stay away from that shit, all right? All right. CrossFaded, 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 CrossFaded.